All right, y'all. We got another video here. It's Kyrie live streaming. Apparently, he says there will never be another like me. So I guess he's watching his highlights. Let's get into this. Let's see what he's talking about.
See,
people look at and be like,
that's love, bro.
I don't know if I want to be a part of this. Okay,
That shit crazy.
Like,
You got my
coach.
chat going crazy, bro.
How the fuck would you want to deal or be in this situation? Thibodeau just went to the conference finals and it wasn't good enough. They fired him, guys. They fired Tibbs. And I'm not really a Tibbs guy, okay? I played for him. It wasn't the best experience personally. Didn't treat me well at all. First day of camp, this is a true story. First day of camp, this is my first time really talking to him since signing there.
Oh, shout out
He
to
looks
Imlo
at me and
Honcho
says,
as well,
and
bro.
this is
for the gift
true
of
word
sub.
for word. This is
Appreciate
first
you
words
guys.
to me. I'm not making
That's
this
love.
up. Thibodeau comes up to me and says, hey, man, excited for you to be here. I wanted Derek, but, you'll do great.
Derek, which Derek?
Yo, Austin is so honest,
It
bro.
got to be Derek that used to play for the Nets. Derek
Yo, man.
You'll do great. And he walked away. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm not going to be here long. I'm not going to be here long. Within a month or two, guess who's on the team? Derrick Rose. I already knew I was on my way out.
I'm tweaking.
And the way it went down and the way they handled business was crazy, bro. They brought me in a dark room. It was Leon, Worldwide West, and Tibbs. They're all three sitting there in the dark with a little light. It's like an
Yo,
interrogation
EST
type
boy
thing. And they
013,
go, hey,
appreciate
man,
the gift of sub, my boy. Appreciate
we're going to
you.
move you.
Kyrie holding it. What's
Legend,
We just got Derek here.
Oh, there's something.
Until we find a right spot for you, you don't have to travel with the team anymore. And I ended up having to call.
Yo, I don't know how familiar you guys are with this stuff, but like what Austin is talking about is just crazy work. The way that our business can work sometimes is just, it gets bananas. And I don't know, that should just be bothering people for the rest of their careers or for the rest of their lives in terms of how they were handled. Not everybody has the power play on their hands or the leverage play. So it's interesting when you hear stories being told like this. And I really want you guys to get what goes on throughout my little head thinking space. Because mind you, I go from talking about what's going on in the war, and then you see something that's going on in health, and you see what's going on in my business. It's just a whirlwind of an ecosystem. You know what I mean? Like it's like I exist in so many different worlds at once. It feels like when I'm on social media. So this is what my Twitter feed can look like. You know what I mean? I'm just bringing you guys into my world, just so you can get a relay. Like I'm not showing this to demean anybody or, again, try to get canceled, sort of say like you guys keep bringing up. But it's an ecosystem of just views and thoughts that it's a group chat, bro. You got to hear it out.
Paul Thibodeau, my fucking emasculating ass had to call him and ask him, can I please travel with you guys so I can continue to work out on my game and have trainers at my expense, and I'll support the guys who are playing ahead of me. I have no problems. They just let me travel with the team. And then eventually just traded, I don't even know where they traded me to. They traded me to somewhere that was going to waive me. They didn't even
OKC or something.
Yeah, they didn't even do right by me. They traded me to a team that wasn't even going to use me.
Yeah.
So that whole thing where they brought me in the room and it's like, hey, we're going to get you to a good situation. They ended up trading me to a team that had no use for me because I was OKC just rebuilding. They didn't have Jalen Williams. They didn't have Chet. These guys weren't even in the NBA yet. Shea wasn't even an MVP guy yet. So they had no reason to sign a 29-year-old, 30-year-old. So I ended up getting fucked. Well, mind you, COVID is going on, guys.
I ain't gonna lie. Austin Reeves,
so remember, players had to get tested.
He's on a podcast or on a video. He keeps it real with how the NBA runs and all that. And it's actually crazy, like Kyrie was just saying. Like the stuff they be doing, it's wild.
Daily for the results. I go to get tested with my mother, and they denied me access at the facility to get tested, and my mom. So I had to go to a Walgreens as an NBA player and get tested.
Crazy work.
I call my agent and my pops.
Crazy
they
work.
fucking lose it. I get a bullshit ass call from Wes. Oh, hey man, sorry, I wasn't aware that you were coming to the facility to get tested. Man, get the fuck out of here. You know I was there. They know they called you when I pulled up because I was outside for an hour complaining that how the hell can I get in and not be tested? They don't do business the right way sometimes, okay? That's what I'm fucking saying. I've been holding on to this story for a long time, and I got more, but I'm going to hold back, okay? Because I'm not the type of guy that wants to unturn every stone.
Chill, man, on a mission. Chill. Oh, my God. Yo, I don't know if you guys know about COVID time and what was going on in the league, but that was a crazy time, bro. It was like getting tested every day and having to be on a schedule and shit. It was crazy work, man. I didn't step foot in the bubble, so I don't know everything that happened there. But, yeah, things got a little dicey, man, especially afterwards. And then going through our CBA and dealing with the NBA, the way that role players, quote unquote, they're NBA players, but everybody has a role. Everybody calls them role players or mid-level players. There's not much room on teams anymore for, that role to be stretched out over a 4-year span. The league is changing so much because of just the vacancy of the offensive game and how it can be improved with just the way it's ref now and the way that, the fans have much more of a say than they believe. Everybody's on social media, like I said, so it's hard not to see what you guys are talking about or what you think about what's going on in the league. So there are things that are taken into consideration and other things are very traditional, which is like contract setups and the way that things are handled. It's not always a pretty business. I won't lie to you guys. I won't sugarcoat it. It's not always a pretty business. It can get messed up, mentally for you. Just the way people can treat you can be very callous. It can be very confusing because, when you're younger, you just expect to come to the NBA and work on your game. No one really thinks about being the face of a franchise when you're 19, 18 years old or even 22, 23 years old. Everybody works on their game to be the best of the best. Some people want to assimilate and adapt to a role and are used to it a lot quicker than others, and some aren't. So, for me, I've learned this through experience. I've been a heck of a player for a long time. I'm obviously dealing with my ACL, recovery right now. But all in all, when I look at overall my NBA career, I've been pretty consistent in terms of what role I play. I see all of the conversations that go on in terms of the sports world, especially our world where, if you're a first option, can you win? If you're a second option, can you win? If you're a third option.
Actually just signed, I think like a 3-year deal with Dallas. So.
And if you're part of the big three, can you win? I've been part of all those conversations. You know what I mean? I've failed at the highest levels where I've been one of the main leaders on the team, and I've failed, being playing secondary or playing a role where you got to allow other guys to thrive first before you go and get yours. By the way, I just saw somebody say that I see Stephen A. Smith. Yo, somebody got to send that to me on Twitter real quick. If you can at me on Twitter, I'll bring it up. But I saw Stephen A. Smith playing solitaire, bro.
I seen that too. His old ass.
I saw him playing solitaire at the game. I mean, a man's got needs, right? I don't know, you guys. I saw him playing. He locked in though. He said he locked in every move, every play. So shout out to the Unk, man. We had our battles and stuff like that. It seems like he's picked some other battles to fight. I've always just wanted him to see the brighter side of his positioning in our sport and in our culture, as a vocal person, as somebody that holds weight. But yeah, like it just be crazy. It just be crazy seeing things like that go on because we expect so much out of people. But back to my storyline about the league and how it's changed, and I'm glad Austin is talking on this because, when I wasn't able to be around the team, I had to figure out my own ways to get workouts in. And during COVID, it was hard to find a gym and find quality runs. That year when I came back.
Kyrie's hair grew back already. Y'all remember he just cut his hair, like, coming towards the end of the season? He already got an afro already. His hair grows dumb fast.
After suspension from, not taking the vaccine, it was like I didn't have my legs under me. I wasn't really working out in NBA game shape or NBA arenas. It just was a new space for me to be in because I'm used to being catered to. I'm used to living a very privileged life, right? I'm not afraid to admit that to you guys. I just, it was tough. Like, it was hard. It was hard to just figure life out when you don't have the arena or you don't have the practice facility at your disposal. And then let alone being in Brooklyn, being right down the street from my crib, I was standing on my morals and principles, but also it came at a price that many people don't know, and I won't share all the details about it until the time is right. But yeah, it taught me a lot about how you got to really fend for yourself, even when you're an NBA player.
Tibbs. First off, I don't have any remorse to keep it 100 with you, but still, let's keep it professional. You fire Tibbs, and then you have no motherfucking plan to hire who else. Now you're scrapping around, asking other teams, can we interview your coach? You just walking over there and being like, hey, can we talk to him? Is insane.
No, that's crazy word.
They have no plan. They fired a top-tier coach, as much as I hate fucking saying it. They fired Tibbs and are just walking around like with their hands in their pockets, just like, hey, you happy over there? You want to come over? What the hell are you doing?
Bro, he better chill before they fire his dad. If they fire Doc, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Doc, like, he be getting multiple chances, but, like, if they fire his dad over some shit like this, it's very much possible.
This is insane.
Yeah. Okay.
He's shooting the free throws. If there's a possibility of him coming back to the game. For those wondering why is he shooting the free throws, if there's a possibility of him coming back to the game, he has to shoot these free throws.
Exactly right.
He explains.
I really had tears in my
3:35
eyes,
left
though.
in the first quarter. Kyrie goes for the lob.
They're going to foul
Yeah.
and get him out of the ball game.
And immediately their security came out to help carry him back.
Yeah, man.
And the officials are saying, hey, you got to wait for the whistle. And there's a technical being assessed, it looks like, to the bench. And the Kings will take a free throw.
I was trying to walk it off.
Tyler Ford calls
I
the
was doing my
technical
best. I
foul.
was trying to walk this off, man. That shit was worse.
Rules will usurp any kind of emotional sentiment at the moment. Irving will get some aid.
It just
Headed
felt
to the
different when
Dallas
I
Mavericks
tore
locker room.
it,
And
you
Anthony
guys. That's how I knew, like, I was trying to walk it off, but after it happened, I knew something was going on because it was, it was crazy. It was such a shock. Man, in that moment, definitely had to thank God. If you guys can learn anything from me, it's how you still have to be an unshakable force even when you're dealing with pain. Shoot, man. Look at it.
For those
I was crying like a motherfucker, you guys.
Not even peeped that. I thought it was sweat.
I haven't watched this video in a while, so, man, I just remember how I felt, the pain, but also you always have a choice to be grateful and have that gratitude in your heart, and I'm glad I chose that, to remain strong, to still set an example. I know it's just basketball, but it's a love language for me, I know I give people inspiration when I go out there and play my best, whether I win or lose. I've had people really support me since I was 18, 17 years old. I've had people, join in on my journey later on in my career. I'm known for different things. People are supporting me for different reasons. So I always want to make sure I keep my spirit strong, and my vessel strong, even when I'm dealing with physical injuries or ailments. I thought it was me trying to do too much and be tough and push through things, but also know, like, I'm just built differently than most. I like being that example for you guys. So I love you guys. I appreciate all the prayers and
if there's a possibility
everything that you guys did, like, because I definitely was contemplating so much here, walking off.
And head into the Dallas Mavericks locker room.
And Anthony Davis is, you mentioned helping him off the floor there.
But I tried to walk it
played one
off.
game in a Mavs uniform before he got
tried to walk
injured
it off.
after that massive trade.
I tried to walk it off, yeah. I walked off that bit, though. Hey, yeah. I walked off that bit, though. With a little bit of help, I walked off that bit.
Has played one game in a Mavs uniform before he got injured after that massive trade.
Played 2 quarters.
Sorry, you guys.
You remember Jamal Tinsley? Man, I don't think nobody had better handles than still love watching Kyrie.
Is there anyone have you seen with a handle like that?
Yeah, Jamal Tinsley. You remember Jamal Tinsley? Man, I don't think nobody had better handles than Jamal Tinsley, even Kyrie. I think Jamal Tinsley handles was probably the best I've seen. That's an argument though, but
I like that's a good take.
That's OD.
yeah, he was nice with that thing on the string.
Hey yo, hold on. Look, I want to let you know, right? When I hear the OGs talk like this, I never take it personal. I want to make that clear, right? Because I'm gonna get to I gotta do a reaction to freaking Gilbert, and that'll be my last reaction. I'm gonna go on YouTube, do that, and then I'm gonna get on IG, right? And then I'm gonna be done. We're gonna start this at like 1:12. But look, when I see these things happen, right? When I see an OG like T-Mac come out and say, I don't think anybody had better than him, Jamal Tinsley, even Kyrie, it doesn't bother me because I'm a mix of all the great players that came before me. You got to understand, I wouldn't be who I am without watching the guys that came before me, right? I just took it to a whole different place. I took an element of street basketball, right? Because I grew up in the generation of N1, AI being the guy, Tim Hardaway being a guy, you had Kevin Johnson, you had Jay Kidd, you had Steve Nash, you know what I mean? You had Chris Paul who came in the league dogging, Darren Williams. I'm a mix of all of them, and I never want to disregard their legacies or make it seem like I'm competitive with them still. Like, of course we're gonna talk our shit, but the competition really comes from me continuing to further the game. For Jamal Crawford, for sure. Don't get me started, you guys. I keep going down the list of all my favorite handles, of all time. Steve Smith, T-Mac, even Vince Carter's in there. Kobe had great footwork and handle after a while. I could keep going down the list, but let me get this point off, right? All the best of the best, I try to be a mix of them. Like when it comes to my mid-range game, when it comes to my post-up game, when it comes to my handles. When it comes to every portion of my game, I feel like I try my best to pay homage to all the great ones that came before me. So when he's talking like this, I know he's talking about one of the guys that he's seen that has better handles, but I just don't think he has the same movement. Like Jamal Tinsley was not moving like me. I don't think anybody moves like me. I think we have similarities. Others have similarities, and they've advanced different things. But me creating a foundation on like just really teaching this generation how to still be having the street ball game. Like I play like I grew up outside, which I did. I grew up like I played on the playground. I just happened to make it to the league and the pros. I feel like I spent a lot more time outside than I did indoors, and that's what gave me a great handle feel. Growing up in New York, playing outside in the park, I know what it's like to go one-on-one for a whole damn quarter with somebody that's trying to kick your ass. That's what built me. I spent so much of my childhood in the Bronx, New York, in Harlem, in Staten Island, in Brooklyn, in Queens, you feel me, in Long Island. And I played all in between, these environments, right? And they could have been in the middle of the hood. They could have been in the suburbs. They could have been anywhere, but I was going to play. And I brought my game with me. And I knew that basketball was a connector. It was a language. It was a love language that we could speak to other people, even if they didn't know how to speak English that well. So I made friends with everybody. But really what I'm getting at is the best thing for me was when YouTube came around and I was able to look at highlights. I was able to see what other people were doing around the world. I was able to copy some of the things that they were doing and turn it into my own. That's what great artists do. I feel like, I was Devin Miles on drumline. Like before I started really focusing on how to be better at the game, I could just do shit, just off of instincts. Like I've always been an instinctual player. Over the last few years, I've learned how to really think the game and learn how to win at high levels. But my skill is becoming more simplified. So, I don't mind when T-Mac says things like this. It's a conversation. You feel me? Like that's all it is. Like, cause when I see him, it's all love. That's all it is. Like, these are just bookmarks where you get a chance to reflect later and, that's all. And it's not discussed in a deeper fashion than that. It's for you guys to watch.
How you doing? Good. See my guy. Hey man, assalamu alaikum. How you doing? Good to see you. How you been?
This is a lot of love too.
All right, I'm just leaving.
They asked me if you play ping pong.
No, you play?
I was hyped. I was hyped to see Hakeem. Look at the way I'm looking at him. Pause. Yo, look at the way I'm looking at Hakeem, bro. Look at the legend, bro. Real shit. Like, yo, that is really a legend. Oh my God. Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum salam, big brother. Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum salam, big bro. W's in the chat for Hakeem Olajuwon, brother. Inshallah. I'm telling you, bro. W's, man. W's, bro.
I think people start to forget, like, yeah, Kyrie's an NBA. Yeah, he's an NBA player. But before he got to the NBA, he had NBA players he looked up to also. So, like, clearly this is one of the players that he know, like, in his head, like, this is a legend. Like, when he sees him, it's like, yo, that's Hakeem Olajuwon. So, that's why I like Kyrie. He's humble. He keeps it,
bro.
He keeps it real.
Oh, fuck. Yo, I'm sorry, bro. I got a fan out for a quick second. My bad, y'all. That was tough.
Nah, you cool, bro. You cool.
Alhamdulillah. It's tough. Just saying. Just saying, man. Boy, look at the way I'm looking, boy. Look at the way I'm looking, boy. You can't fake realness, bro. You can't fake it. You can't fake it. You cannot fake it, bro.
Right now, I got
You lucky.
Yeah, he's lucky. Shout out to Dre Drummond. Yes, sir, man. A lot of love there, man. When I was in South Carolina yesterday at the NBA Top 100 camp, giving the kids some gems and talking with them. Saw a few of my NBA brothers, some of my peers there, but I had a great conversation with the guys there, youngins, families. Man, incredible. Dre, shout out to
Yo, so it's crazy. Back in 2021, when, so that's wild. It was the year the Bucks and Phoenix Suns went to the final. But no, I'm lying. Was it that year? I don't even remember. But all I remember is because Iguodala was on the Heat. So we was in Miami. I was in Miami with my homeboys. We went to a basketball game. It was like game 5 or something. They were playing the Bucks. Of course, the Bucks beat them. Whoopty whoop. I think we was leaving like the Friday, so we walk into the airport. Right. I look to my left. I'm like, yo, that's Andre Iguodala over there. So I tap my friend, I tap Rob. I'm like, yo, Rob, that's Andre Iguodala over there. He looks, he's like, no way. He's like, bro, we got to get a photo. So I walk up to him. I'm like, yo, Andre. I said, how you doing? He's like, I'm good. How y'all doing? I was like, can we get a photo real quick? He's like, yeah. He was like, hurry up, though. I don't want everybody to notice it's me. So we get a quick photo real quick. I forgot. We had like a random person take a photo for us. I'll put it up right here. I'm going to show y'all. But, yeah, met Andre Iguodala. Flying commercial like a regular dude. He'd even have like backpack stuff. I mean, he didn't even have basketball equipment with him. He had a backpack full of golf clubs, like he was finna go play golf or something. And that man hopped on the plane, he was gone. Cool dude though, cool dude.
Shout out to our guy, man. I was giving everybody hugs, dog.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving.
Oh my God. It's Kyrie.
He's going to the NBA tomorrow.
My bad. Right here. I forgot about this. Right here.
What's your nickname, bro? This is Maple Man, bro.
Come on. What you gonna say?
Yo, give me a nickname. No, I'm trying to ask you, what's your nickname? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You don't know?
You gave me Maple Mamba, Maple Beast. Why Maple? Because I'm from Canada. It's
That's
like
crazy, now. Maple.
You can't say that. Yo, give me a nickname.
Hey, I don't know though.
You gotta brainstorm.
John Wick? We said John Wick.
John Wick is a good one.
John Wick is hard.
John Wick,
yeah. John Wick is tough. I like
Kyrie
that.
called me Ben Wick.
Yo, I did call him Ben Wick. I forgot.
Kyrie Irving? Ben Wick? Oh, okay. It was crazy. He gave me a jersey. I was like, damn, Kyrie gave me a jersey. He wrote my name with one N.
Yo, Ben, my bad, bro.
That's funny.
Damn. Yo, I gave you the nickname Ben Wick, bro. Just give me the benefit of the doubt, bro.
I would have wrote.
My bad, bro. I did
would've
not mean
wrote
to spell your name
too,
with
if it's bad.
one N.
I'm not thinking.
I didn't know that you were a person. My bad.
I don't know how to take it. Play the next game and say Kyrie. You know who I am. Like, if you don't know my name, you can ask me.
Obviously, yo, the thing about it is that I actually told him my bad. Real shit. I told him my bad, bro. Damn, told him my bad.
That's tough. Thanks, I'm crazy. Bro, that's Caruso? That is Caruso. What is here?
Hey yo, I'm gonna be 1,000% with y'all, bro. Yo, I'm one of the best motherfuckers of all time, bro. Oh my god, like.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. This is tough. Like, bro's watching his old highlights, and he's like, "Damn, I'm tough." This is hard.
I don't say that, God. You truly are the greatest, but you gave me this vessel. I maximized everything I could out of it. But this is easy for me, dog. I'm so grateful, bro. I'm so grateful. Let me just put on that. Oh.
That is tough. That is tough.
I'm a fucking problem. I'm a problem, dog. I am a problem, bro. Oh my god. This was me. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I went baseline and I was about to, like, I saw Al Horford about to jump, but once I saw him commit on the right side of the basket, I said, I'm about to try some shit. Look at, oh my.
That is so tough.
I used to practice this in my backyard. I used to practice shit in my backyard, real talk. On the low rim. Then on the big rim.
Oh my gosh, come here.
You finish on the other side like this.
We might have to save this for another day, huh, Chop?
This was 9 years ago.
This might have to be saved for another time, huh?
James to Irving.
I can't believe today was the 9-year anniversary. It's crazy.
Kyrie Irving knocks it down.
Back-to-back 41s. Yeah, we might have to,
LeBron knocks down the long.
y'all gonna start getting emotional and shit. Stop. I can't be having y'all do this. Y'all gonna start getting emotional and shit.
That's really your only option when you talk about this Brooklyn Nets team. Here's Simmons for Irving. Spin in traffic.
That's when you just know you just make up shit.
Hey, just doing shit.
In traffic.
Do it up with the left.
Irving against Bullock. Oh, nasty handles. Irving curls. Float. Watanabe sets the screen.
This was probably one of my craziest moves, and shout out to my hermano on this one. Love him to death. But this is probably one of my crazy moves.
Irving.
Yeah, that's tough.
Switch and put Kyrie
Like, how do you
Irving
think to try and do that?
sets the screen. Irving.
Like, he's jumping this way. And
Kyrie Irving on the 6'11" person, and just for an easy post up. Irving Nets are down by 12. Irving shows the ball. Irving.
That snatch was crazy.
I love the competition, you guys. Oh my.
Bro, this is legendary. Like, watching Kyrie react to his highlights, this is so crazy. This is so tough.
So, you telling me, see, this is what I would just show T-Mac, bro. This is what I would show T-Mac, bro. Real shit. Like, I don't really have much to say. I don't see Jamal Tinsley pulling this shot. I don't.
Irving.
I don't see Jamal Tinsley pulling this shot. I love him to death, but look at this. On a break. On a fast break, I'm doing this. Come on, bro. Come on, y'all. Keep it a bean. Come on, bro.
It's tough.
Yo.
That's tough, Kyrie.
When's the last time you saw somebody in the NBA do this? You probably saw it in pickup, but come on, bro. Keep it a bean. You're not seeing it.
Hey, Melo, where you going?
Let's trigger it quickly. Irving, fake.
Y'all will never see another play.
As Casey pointed out at halftime.
You'll never see another play. I'm fine with that. But you will see somebody better than me for sure.
Hopping around.
But you will never see another play like that.
Good closeout by Dosunmu.
I'm cut from a different cloth.
Oh my God.
Irving. Beautiful.
22 points, 10 rebounds.
One.
Kyrie. Are you kidding me?
Pacers now shooting 49% from the field. They shot 39 in the first.
Irving, switch, Williams, the handles, Irving.
To this team, and that ability to make open corner threes is big for him.
Irving off the back. Irving against Jones, Duke against Duke.
Post game on a zillion.
It's a trophy of Mickey Mouse.
Turnover Washington. Here's Kyrie Irving again in this
in the ball game, including one.
My bad. I didn't mean it. So the thing about it is, I'm gonna be playing these highlights for my kids. And that's probably what gives me the most joy out of all this, of doing what I do and being able to evolve and elevate, is like, I've given so much of my time to this craft that I know once I'm done playing, I'm gonna be at peace with it. Like, I've put in so much work. I've left so many great highlights for everybody. You know, I'm gonna be grateful. I still have so many more highlights to create, but I know that even up until this point in my career, I've left a lot of a good quality blueprint work that you can study. Like, you're never gonna see another highlight tape like this. You're gonna see some more exciting plays for sure. You're gonna see people doing crazier shit for sure. But in terms of like the flow of the game and somebody moving with the type of jazz that I move, bro, the music that I move with, it's different.
Jam.
Yeah, shit.
This is like a
because I'm really hitting you with right hand and left hand.
Switch out front. It's
I should have threw this to Clax. He was wide open. Look.
Irving. Showing off the handles. Irving. Shot clock
this
at 5.
was the team that was supposed to go to the chip and win it, no cap. But this was the year KD's foot was on the three-point line, and the game ended up going into OT, I believe, and they lost.
19 points. 7:10 to go. Here's Kyrie. No timeouts for the Nets. Kyrie trying to get.
That's tough.
Some room for the win. Irving gets it back. Step back three. Not going that well. Kyrie knifing through.
No invite. I love that convention being a gadget man, Grant.
That's a foul.
Wow, bro.
To gritty winning.
Love that convention being a gadget man.
That was a foul. Damn, that's a foul.
Puts him and Josh Hart, two gritty winning dudes together as Irving.
Yo, come on. Yo, all right.
That's tough,
all right,
bro.
Come on.
There is Irving.
Come on, y'all. This right here. This right here is one-on-one.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all. Come on. Come on.
I think with Durant and Irving,
There's always a chance.
7'6" wingspan for OG Anunoby. Ball fake. Irving, 3 of 11 from the field. Kyrie, 5 to shoot. Irving, oh, what a... He was the ACC Player of the Year, averaged 25 points per game in 20...
All right, man. I ain't gonna lie. That was a great video. That was a great video. I need to tune into more of Kyrie's lives because he's very entertaining, and I love what he does. I'm a big fan of Kyrie also. So, hey, man, we're going to get into some more videos here. Oh, yeah, hold on. Let me subscribe real quick. Yeah. We're going to get into some more videos, man. Let's do it, man.